We are live. All right. Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Let's see. I'm going to minimize this so I can see who's in the chat. I just saw, hey, Cindy Bennett, thanks for coming. And I see a couple more people here. If you're here, please say hello in the chat so we know who's here. And if you have questions for me or for Victoria, feel free to put them in the chat as well. So, hey, Victoria.
Hi, Casey. Thank you so much for inviting me to your channel. I love it.
Yes, I'm
Thank you.
super excited for today. I have been all week since we've been talking about it. The other day, Victoria was like, hey, can I read something to you? And I was just like, oh, I love it. And now I need to hear more. So I'm super excited to hear this story again. And so, Victoria, can you introduce yourself? Maybe tell everybody a little bit about who you are and why you're here today.
Sure. Thank you, Casey. I have recently, let's start with this. Casey, how many times, and everybody else that's listening, how many times have we been asked the question, if you weren't what you are now, like what if you could change your job or your profession, what would it be? And mine would be a writer. Since I was very young, I wanted to write. So even though I'm going on this process and this journey to support others in their journey, I can't forget my own joys, my own gifts, and well, I won't say gifts, but special things that I enjoy that spark joy, right?
You've got a gift.
So I, so I did this thing. I started writing again. I write all the time, but this time I focused on a topic. And given that we're in this time of challenge and great turmoil, and that people are just stressed, I thought that maybe I could write a story to help address that or start the conversation. So that's where the idea for this particular story started. And then I decided to do another tricky thing for me, and that's share it with others. Because it's one thing to celebrate and practice your gift for yourself, but it's another to create that conversation. And that's what stories are about. For me, anyway, it's a passion. We learn from listening to others. Stories were meant to be read aloud, it's like a movie for me in my head. So I hope you guys enjoy this story. We're going to follow Evangeline on a journey. And remember, this is fantasy, and just we'll see how it goes.
I'm so excited.
Yes, I hope you all like it. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to pop in there. Any comments, we will shout hooray. Remember, stories were meant to be interactive, so I hope that we have great conversations with this. And without further ado,
Yay.
All right.
My special, right?
My special, Evangeline's journey. There once was a little girl named Evangeline. She played with the animals who brought her courage and joy. Each day a new journey, a world to explore. One night she decided to swing from above. Upside down! Such fun! Her favorite! So she, with the moon, did hang, glowing very brightly and snug. Soon she drifted off, dreaming. Hmm. Delightedly she hummed. But this night was different. Something yet had sprung, a thought so completely, entirely new. It shook her and shook her some more. She awoke with a shiver and slunk. I've lost it. I know it. In a hurry to start, she moved quite quickly while the moon looked on. My special, it's gone. I feel it no more. I'm empty, I've fallen, and it's hardly been long. How I'll ever be me without my special, you see. And so it took her quite keenly, this feeling of woe. So heavy it was and unsure. she froze. Evangeline made just one peep. It started mousy meek, then rose a fierce roar. It woke the lion, who blinked once and twice more. It awoke the twin babies, who gently snored. Phew! Oh! It took hold, this mighty big feeling, and from it burst the great woe. So odd it looked as it peeped around. A small thing, so startled by she, Evangeline, still tremble, I believe. We looked about with curious eyes. Don't touch it, a soft whisper replied. I'm frightened. It's true. Please tell me you know what to do, said the lion, quite taken so suddenly he sneezed. Achoo! But she didn't know. Our poor Evangeline, she stood quiet, unblinking, and torn. Soon the rain came. It started to pour. Great drops, they floated and clung to us all. These big weeps, a new burden to fall. Heavy-hearted though we were, with hooves and feet and wrong-footed, we parted. We hurried and huddled, tighter still we gathered, giving many a hug to our dear Evangeline. Drip, drip, splat. We hushed, shh, and listened as the weird thing sat. It followed us closely, the big feeling. To chat? Evangeline did sigh, and most steely looked at this. Big feeling. It grew each time we attempted to leave, to avoid it or move away. Undetected we tried. Evangeline stiffened, sniffing so soundly and softly once more. I've lost it, my special. I do implore you to listen, you thing. Leave me this instant to search for my special. Please, this and no more. She harumphed and began to step. One step toward the wetter outside. Though we wanted to stay dry and away, we followed behind, close and brave. Curiosity, too, our main guide. It too followed, simply and slow. We quickened our pace. Quick! No delay. Yes, yes, said another, and another did say, to the fairy forest, it may be so lost and afraid. With a look of resolve, Evangeline's brow furrowed. Onward again we set to explore the fairy forest, to greet the wisest, most knowingest of all. Okay, so that's what we're going to share today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, we're going to wait for the rest. In the meantime, I just wanted to talk a little bit about grief and loss and talking about this concept with younger children. And I say younger children, but the conversation starts and goes beyond. So yeah, I thought that this was a really good way to kind of share and open those discussions. Like when I read this story to my son, he said, what's a special? And I said, you know what? That's a good question. What's your special?
Yeah.
And sometimes our special changes. Sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes it could be a physical person, or maybe we lost our favorite toy if we're children. There's so many things that we lose every day and we change. So this is Evangeline's journey, and this is how her friends kind of just follow her in this path and share how they feel, and they empathize with her. And it's just a nice little reminder that we can have those conversations early and continue to.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I think I was telling you earlier, I think I want to get it out to all of my friends and all of my counselors at the school and everything, because I just think it's that every child should hear this story. So,
Oh, thank you. Where
so
do you think Evangeline's going?
I don't know.
Who
Oh.
do you think her friend is in the fairy forest? Because she's on her way to the fairy forest, the wisest of all.
I don't know. I'm not good at this. You
Well,
put me on the spot.
oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
those in the chat, what do you think?
Yes.
I don't get embarrassed easy. You get me on the spot.
Oh, that's good. I get embarrassed all the time, but it's great. I learn from it. I love it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I had a little coughing fit for a second there. Oh, I love it. Like I can just see it all. You know what I mean? Like make the pictures and see
Yes,
it
I'm
also.
currently working on the illustrations, and
Yay.
I am so excited. All of our animal friends are going to be in onesies, pajama onesies.
Oh,
So
that's so
they're
cute.
illustrations, so they're cartoony, and I'm hoping to have really good support for the story
Yeah.
and to have the conversation, and just enjoy it. Yeah.
So I'm not one that changes my background. How hard is it for you to put up the background that you drew?
Oh, so the one that I have right here, just for FYI, is all Canva. It's just me cutting and, finding
Yeah.
images that I like to create it. But the ones that I create that will follow, stories that I tell in the classroom
Yeah.
or a topic, those ones don't take long to like post, but to create them, maybe an hour or so, because I freehand draw them, and
Yeah.
then I take a photo of them right now because I'm learning how to draw. This is my year that I learned how to
Uh-huh.
draw. And self-taught, I guess. That's all I did. Self-taught, look at a picture and then draw what I see.
Wow.
So I take a picture of it, then I take it to Canva, which is great because they have the background eraser.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do. Then I adjust the lines. I try to draw pencil or charcoal, whatever,
Yeah.
and then it lifts the image and changes the dynamics. I can enlarge it. I can make it smaller and just make it a part of the background. I have used watercolor. Canva has like watercolor strokes, brush
Mm-hmm.
strokes, and so I layer those to create certain textures and just interesting things on the images of the backgrounds.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. So I only knew that you made that one that you had on Sunday when we had our meeting. So
Oh,
that's so
yes,
cute.
I have a couple. I have dinosaurs. It's
Oh,
a
I love dinosaurs.
triceratops and a pterodactyl, and I have one with unicorns and a castle.
I don't think I've seen the castle one, but I have seen two of them then. I've seen the
Yes,
dinosaur one, I think, too. Yeah.
yes, I love the dinosaur one, and of course the elephant. And I have a little baby elephant with a giraffe for our animals unit, and that we talk about
Cute.
animals, and it's really good for sizes. Tall and short, and you know big, and how do you measure and things like that. So I like
Right.
I like those backgrounds for that.
Casey wants to know, can you use Canva images to add to the pages of your book as well?
Yes, and I plan to do that. I do have the pro, so we are
Hmm.
able to modify and
Yeah.
do that, and so I really enjoy that part or that flexibility to use Canva in that way.
Yeah.
So, and it releases some of the creative burden from me. Oh, I know, but it really does. It helps me out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the Canva Pro, and the background eraser is so worth it. If you make a lot of thumbnails and everything, I
it
think that's
does.
only with the Pro, the background eraser.
I
I have to
think
look
so.
at it.
I think we might have like limited access or what have you
Yeah.
on with the free version just to try it out. Like we might
Yeah.
be able to do it a couple of times. So yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, PicMonkey is
Interesting.
also another one, and it has the eraser. But
Which
once
one?
you start
Pick.
PicMonkey, it's
Yeah.
another, yeah. But once you get started in one or the other, you're going to kind of just stay there. I know I used PicMonkey when I was in college, and so I thought I would feel more comfortable. But when I got to Canva and was introduced to it by everyone else, I
Yeah.
realized that it was just so user friendly and
Mhm.
intuitive. So it was just great to use for backgrounds. That's what I
Good. So
use it for.
Casey said, very cool. I'm thinking of maybe doing a children's book too at some point. Oh,
Yes!
love it.
Ah, I love it. Yes.
Writing is not my gift. We've talked about this before. Words are not my thing.
I like words. I like words. And yeah, I do. I read a lot. So, yeah.
That's great. Now, how many other books have you written? Because you told me the other day this is not your first.
No, this is my first children's story, and it is my first story that I have kind of written completely and edited and really had a focus on the theme.
Okay.
Most of the stories that I write, I'll write 75 pages in, 150, and they're short stories, but it's what I have in my mind at that moment.
Hmm.
And so they have different themes. If it could be, I'm influenced by what I see on TV or what's happening in the world, or just driving down the car and I'm starting to have an Alfred Hitchcock vibe. So I'll start writing something creepy. I'm not even kidding. I wrote a short story called Break for Animals. And the first couple of pages describe how like several crows or ravens come through the windshield, and this is over 20 years ago. So
Wow.
yes, this is I write all the time. I don't share a lot of the stories that I write or ideas because it's just it puts you're vulnerable when you write or you have this creativity in you, whatever it is. You become vulnerable when you share it because it's so
Right.
much a part of you. And imagine writing 150 pages and then every single page is edited like I don't get it. So but you learn from it. and
Yeah.
and so I have a certain group of people that may not read the genre or are really good at grammar. So I send it to those people and they know. And I wouldn't be sharing what I have with you all if I didn't have that support in the past.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, Casey said you do have the background eraser with the Pro, but not the educator account on Canva. Gotcha.
I see.
You can use
Okay.
the remove BG website though. Huh.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. I like that. I'm
I've
gonna
never
write
even
that
heard of
down.
that.
Thanks for the yeah.
Right? She said, that's awesome, Victoria. It's fun to hear you sharing here. You should be in my podcast too someday.
Oh, thank you. I will definitely take you up on that offer. I'm
Yeah,
writing it
that's a
down
fun.
also.
Her podcast was really fun when I did that with her one time. Although I think I was
Okay.
more nervous for the podcast because
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
like my voice. So
Oh.
only having my voice there, I was like, ah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited about the process. But, one of the things that I posted on my Facebook today was something that, from years ago and then 1 year ago, and I keep revisiting it. And it's really pertinent to our journey. And I say our because we're kind of on the same journey,
Mhm.
trying to develop a community, support other teachers,
Yeah,
and just really be there, be present, right?
yeah,
And one of the things is we have to have a goal. We have to have something that drives us. And if we're not doing something every day to get us to the next step, then we're not going to make that goal. And so that's another thing that got me to just, all right, I'm going to share it because
mhm.
when you write, it's for sharing, it's for reading,
Yes.
it's for enjoyment. So and I know that not everything that we create is for everyone, and that's okay.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that we can't share it, or that
Yeah.
we shouldn't. So
I'm gonna go back and re-listen again.
Oh, well,
I
thank
love it.
you.
So in about a week or two, you think it'll be up on your channel for us to hear the whole story?
Yes, and I was thinking maybe we could do, I would like to invite you since you hosted me here so that we can listen to it together or read
Sure.
it together. And yeah, I think that Evangeline and her friends going into the fairy forest is going to be a mini adventure. And really, just around the corner is going to be the resolution. And I'm really curious to see what everybody thinks about what happens in the end.
Ooh, I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, I'm
Aw, I can't
excited.
wait to hear it.
Yes.
Hey, Loretta's here. Hey, Loretta. She
Hi,
said, I love
Loretta.
the story teaser, Victoria, and I would love to read the entire story. Yes.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. It gives me confidence and helps me challenges me to be better, to do better. So
Yeah.
it's like I have to show up and I have to like give it.
hmm You've got this. And you're a great reader. I love the way you
Thank you.
read and with your hands and
Ah.
expressions. Yeah, I love it. Let's
I
see.
do have a story that I read on my site. It's called The Day You Begin. Now, I didn't write that one, but I so enjoyed it because of the theme. Again, it's about uniqueness, individual differences, and it talks about this girl's kind of experience feeling like she doesn't belong, and then at the end, feeling connected because she let her voice be heard.
hmm
So she's owning her thoughts and her voice. And even though it's not this fantastic, big thing like other people, her character and whatever it is she learns that it shines just as bright. So yeah.
Aw. Let's see. You have a question. Loretta said she's been here, but she wasn't able to post from her phone. Aw, thanks. She said, Victoria, how did you decide on the character's name?
Oh, that's a very personal one, but I didn't think that I didn't make it consciously. I was reflecting back. My grandmother's name is Evangelina. And while I wrote the story, completely did not know that that's what I was doing, that I was kind of just putting it there whenever,
Yeah.
and it's a theme in my family. Whenever anybody writes a story, names children, we always go to our grandmother's name and we have variations.
Yeah.
It's just, that's where it came from. I'm pretty sure I unconsciously
That's
grabbed it from the sky and wanted to honor her in that way.
great. Let's see. The Day You Begin is an awesome book. So, did you say you read that on your channel or it's on your website?
It's on my channel, on the YouTube channel, Lead from Home. And I posted it a few months back, also when there was, it's a triggered response to help people discuss individual differences, our
hmm
unique characteristics. So, yeah, it is a good book. I loved it.
She said Jacqueline Woodson is an
Yes.
amazing author. That's the author for The Day You Begin. Yeah.
Yes. And the illustrations I just love them. So you won't see
Oh,
me in that video of me reading. You'll see the
yeah.
pages and just little clips of them because I want to pay homage to the author and the illustrator. I love that they did this and they have a great series of books. Yeah.
That's great. I love it. I'm so excited. Well, Victoria, I don't want to keep you too long, but I am so glad and I'm so proud of you for coming on
Thank
here and
you.
doing this. I know it's a hard thing for you to do. So,
Yes, yeah.
huge accomplishment and you did an amazing job. And thank you for those in the chat. We've had 16 people here.
Oh,
So, I know they're coming in to support you, Victoria,
oh,
and
thank
you.
you
Oh, there's
guys.
so much fun. You
Yes.
guys rock. All right. Love you all in the chat. Victoria, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
I can't find the button.